2, 1. Hi everyone, this is Christine Josty of Mail Something Pretty, and I'm really excited to show you this fun little slider box. And it has, and you'll see you can make it all different ways, but I made it as a butterfly. So it has this little pull tab, so if you pull down and you lift up, you open up, and then you can have some treats inside. And so I made this one for Easter, and you can see that you can make it for really any occasion just by changing out the papers. And as you saw, the 2 Ghirardelli chocolates fit really nicely inside. Let's say 2 York patties fit inside. A gift card would fit nicely there. Even some jewelry, or you can kind of see the width of it there, so you can kind of get imaginative of what you put inside. But they're fun little treat boxes, and so I wanted to show you how I made it. Okay, so this one, before I actually get into the construction of it, I want to show you this new butterfly. It's a new stamp set and paper and dies, and so I'm filming this in, what month is it? March. So March of 21. So it's pre-released for the annual catalog, so anyone can order it early, which is really exciting. And the stamp set is 1 stamp. You'll see it's a big stamp, and it cuts out, so the dies, it's actually, you get 12 dies. This one is a 1 piece, and it lines up perfectly with that stamp, so you can have 6 instant butterflies. And what I do is I just kind of save some of my butterflies for a future project to use. So I just wanted to show you that. And you get all these other little pieces, and then you get these detailed butterflies, and that's what we're using for our box. One of the detailed butterflies, and actually this butterfly right here, it lines up. I don't think it was that one, it was this one. It lines up with that. And so what I did was, with my machine, I just put, you can do a big sheet of paper and cut all butterflies, but for the background purple one, I just put a scrap piece of paper under that and just cut 1 butterfly at a time, that way. All right, so I just wanted to show you that. And the coordinating paper is beautiful. So we use 2 patterns. I use this one and this pattern, but there's all sorts of, hopefully you can see, the papers are beautiful. And the paper is not going to be in the next annual catalog. It is only available now, this spring, and while supplies last. So if you like the paper, I would suggest to order it now. And here is the best part about the paper. So this big die lines up with that paper, so you have 6 instant early colored butterflies. And then I think some people, maybe not, I was trying to think if these lined up on the edges, but no, just that one. So that's another really cool benefit of this little set here. Okay, I digress a little bit, but I just wanted to show you. So to make the box, we have, I'm using Bermuda Bay cardstock. I already cut out these pieces, which I will give you the measurements of, and I will also post them on my blog at some point. So we need a stamping trimmer, and we're going to do a little cutting and scoring. So the base of the box is 7.5 by 10 3/4. So I get out my iron here. I'm going to cut 10 3/4, which is really, you're just cutting off 1/4 of an inch that way. And then, what did I say, 7.5. So you're cutting off 1 inch this way, or 7.5, depending on how your mind works. So you want a piece that looks like that. So then we are going to score at 1 3/4, two and 1/8, 5 3/8, and 5 3/4, Okay, so it makes those two like kind of tunnels there. I'm going to flip my paper, and then I'm going to score at 4 3/8, 8 3/8, and 8 3/4. Okay, so then there's two kind of tunnels going that way. Put the trimmer aside. Okay, so then we're going to do a little cutting. So I have a template here. So we're actually making like a cross. So we're going to cut out this square, this square, this square, and this square. So what you want remaining are these little, I was calling them tunnels, but little tabs or I don't know what you call them. Those little tunnels here and here. So we're going to cut off, you'll see there's a square here and then those two and so forth. So I'm just going to use scissors. Some people like to use their paper trimmer, but I'm just going to use scissors. Okay, so that's off. I should make like cutting music, right? I'll try to go fast. Same thing, it's just a longer corner. And the last one. All right, so these are just scrap pieces. So then you have kind of, like I said, it's almost like a cross shape. And you have these tunnels here and here. So I'm going to fold on all of those. Now I'm going to do, before we cut these little notches, I'm going to put my paper on. So these are the two patterns I chose, and here's my extra box. So it goes like that. So the big piece here is going to be the bottom. So depending on the pattern paper, you just want to make sure you put it on in the right direction. So let me just do that right now. Because you certainly wouldn't want upside down butterflies or whatever pattern you have. Oh, I did what I was going to tell you not to do. That's all right. Just put glue on the outside. Don't worry about the middle. You'll see why in a minute. So do as I say, not as I do. We're going to be cutting a piece out. But you'll see, it will still work. But okay, so that's my bottom and then my tops again. So if you had a directional paper, you just want to make sure that that goes in the right direction. But this one doesn't matter. Okay. And I don't think I told you those dimensions. This little top piece here is 3 by 1 3/4, and this longer section on the bottom is 3 by 3 3/4. Again, I will post those at some point. All right. So now we are going to use, I believe it's called the Classic Label Punch, and I know they sold, I think it was just called a label punch many years ago, and it was almost the same. It had rounded instead of these pointed, and so both of those work fine because it's the same dimension. But this punch really helps. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to insert, just going to move my paper this way and make it easier. Insert my paper till it stops, okay? And then I'm going to kind of center of the top and the bottom with the same amount of space. So this paper is as far as it goes, and then I'm going to punch like that. And then I'm going to keep it in the same direction because I'm going to do the same thing for the top. And the reason why I'm keeping it, I'm not like flipping it over to do this way, is this is not exactly centered. You can see, I can see this side is wider than this side, but it's close. And for the sake of this project, it's just fine. So I want my punch to go in the same direction here, because if I flipped it, then it would be askew. Okay, so my punch is going to go in that same direction till it stops, but I only want probably about that much, so a little bit less than half. I'm going to punch that, okay, so that these line up with each other. So hopefully that makes sense. It doesn't matter which direction. If you're lefty and you want to come in the other, that's fine. Just do it the same on the top and the bottom. Okay, so actually might as well just put my inside in while it's open there. I'll just do a quick stamp. This is a little cute little happy Easter, happy spring, happy everything little stamp. It's from, I forget what it might be called, Timeless Tulips. I'm not sure. It's a tulip set, but it's a cute little saying. And I just stamped that in Gorgeous Grape. And I'll just put that down. I figured while it was open, it's all set. Okay. So now the box is gonna go like that. I already pre-cut my butterflies. Again, you can use hearts, you can use a Christmas tree, you can use, you know, any sort of whatever doodad you want. I use the butterflies. So I'm first going to put a little glue. And this light purple is Purple Posy, which is a beautiful color, but it is retiring. So if you like the paper, I would order it soon because it's going to be gone. And then this darker purple is Highland Heather. And it kind of matches the paper. So the other thing I want, so before when I said, oh, I didn't mean to glue, these normally would have been separate, but now they're glued together for the middle, and it's no big deal because I have scrap Bermuda Bay over here. I'm just going to punch another one just to make a pull tab. And I'm going to write pull with a pen on the bottom, like that. And I need a circle for the inside construction. So I have a 1.5 circle. You can see that's right here. So you can use a little bit bigger. You probably use a little bit smaller. And then I'm going to first just put a little glue on my pull tab and glue that down to my butterfly. Okay. So now how we get the, there's a little bit of a dimension in there, or, you know, thickness, so that this will slide. I'm going to use, these are, I think they're called foam strips, and we use them a lot for shaker cards, but you can also use, they now sell the foam adhesive sheets, and they come in, I don't know what size it is, 5x5 sheets. These are my scrap pieces. So you see scraps, or you can just cut a little piece off. I like the foam sheets because they're a little, you can, you know, they're kind of the same. But if you can use those, if you use dimensionals, you need about like 1 inch. If you use dimensionals, they are a little bit thick for this tab here. So you just trim it down, you know, cut a little bit of this side off. You want it to be narrower than that pull tab because you don't want it to stick to the track there. All right, so I'm using my foam strip and I put that on there. So I'm going to put that like that. And then I'm going to put my butterfly I'm going to do it so you don't see that opening. And it covers my little hole there, the pull tab. And then when you close it, you close these, you close that one, or actually, you close the sides, you close this one, you pull this down. You have to kind of tuck the wings under. And then you pull it up. And then you can pull it down, put your candy in. Why is this moving around a little bit? That might even be a little bit narrow. Let's see something. That might be a little narrow. I used the I'm just seeing if 2 would be too thick. I think 2 might just make it. So let's try it. And if not, if it's too thick, we'll use the foam strips. I think that might work. It was just a little bit, when I was pulling it, it was a little bit floppy, which was okay, but I didn't want it too floppy. Let's see, let's try that again. I'll put that down. That works. Put that down. Cover up the hole. Oh yeah, that works much better. That's a little bit more stable. Did you see how it was kind of wonky? All right, so then we tuck the wings up, put that down, and then we'll push it back up. That works much better. Oh yeah, much better. Okay. So use like a double thickness, or if you have the foam strips, just cut it so it's like 1/4 inch. I think it's like 1/4 inch thick, but you just want it narrower than the strip there. That's all. Okay. That's how I learn. I figure it out. Okay, so I hope you like the box. I think it's really cute. A lot of times I make myself a template so then I remember. So then what I'll do is I'll just keep my written directions with the template. So then, you know, in a year or so and I want to make it again, I have reference. So there you go. There are the cute little boxes. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to check out all my tips and tricks on my blog, mailsomethingpretty.com, and be sure to sign up for my email list too. Thank you. Bye-bye.